My country lay within a vast desert. When the sun rose into the sky, a burning wind punished my lands, searing the world, and when the moon climbed into the dark of night, a frigid gale pierced our homes. No matter when it came, the wind carried the same thing: death. But the winds that blew across the green fields of Hyrule brought something other than suffering and ruin. I coveted that wind, I suppose. It can only be called fate, that here I would again gather the three with the crests, that I should lay my hand on that which grants the wishes of the beholder, that when power, wisdom, and courage come together, the gods would have no choice but to come down. The power of the gods, the Triforce, he who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. Already, the crest of wisdom is mine. All that remains. Do not fear. I will not kill you. I merely have need of the power that dwells within you. Now, let us put an end to that which binds us together. Gods, hear that which I desire. Expose this land to the rays of the sun once more. Let them burn forth. Give Hyrule to me. He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. That is what you said, is it not, Ganondorf? Gods of the Triforce, hear that which I desire. Hope. I desire hope for these children. Give them a future. Wash away this ancient land of Hyrule. Let a ray of hope shine on the future of the world. And let our destinies finally be fulfilled. Ganondorf, may you drown with Hyrule. This is foolishness. A future. For you? What are you laughing at, Ganondorf? You're insane. Cotton, I'm sorry. I overslept. I think it's time for us to say goodbye to this place. We must return to the world above. Back to our ocean. Very well, then. Allow me to show you. Your future. Yes, allow me to show you just what hope you have. See how much your precious Triforce is worth. I'll use this bow to cover you. Attack him as best you can. So, we actually have Zelda, or Tetra, attacking with us. As you can see, she will attack him with... Okay, you said that earlier. She will attack him with the light arrows, so you can actually see it's taken out of our inventory. And so that will give us an opportunity to actually attack Ganondorf. And this fight is fairly straightforward in that sense, I guess. You know, you don't really want him to see your attack or else he'll be able to block it. Woo! But I wanted to use this time to talk about this fight, and specifically, whoops, this ending. This is by far like my favorite ending ever in a video game. And it's not necessarily because of the story, because Zelda's stories are usually pretty straightforward. The real thing that I love about this, like I said, isn't the story, but instead the motives of some of the characters, specifically Ganondorf. Like, he's the villain of the game, and he's done a lot of bad things, but you kind of sympathize with him because you almost want the same thing that he does. He wants to restore Hyrule to what it once was, and you almost want that. You play the game and everything takes place on an island, and, you know, on like a bunch of islands, and then you finally come down here and like Hyrule is still entirely intact. And, you know, you kind of want to like see Hyrule return to what it once was. But, like... you know, you kind of lose that feeling once you see Tetra awake, and once, you know, she kind of tells you that she wants to return to the land above, and how, like, that's where we're supposed to go. You know, back to the ocean, back to all the islands. And it kind of gives you just like a, you know, a, like, feeling of hope, you know, a feeling of, like, some type of inspiration, a feeling of, like, a new future. And I think that's just what's really amazing about this game and this ending here, is because there's just like so many thoughts and like so many emotions that's going around here, and you know, that's just what makes it so great. Like I said, not necessarily the storyline, but just the characters themselves. Like you know, you just kind of want what the villain wants, but you know, like it just can't happen. You just have to move on. You have to look towards the future. But here, we're at a point where he no longer can be attacked by our counterattacks or the light arrows. So, Cotton, you have to distract him. Are you ready? I'll aim for you and use your shield. Do you get it? So, we have to form like a little triangle here so that the arrow will bounce off of our mirror shield and it will hit Ganondorf. So you just gotta line up your shot, make sure you stay in range so that she won't miss you. And then once he's down, you go up and attack him, and I completely missed that opportunity. And there we go, I had to use a heart. And, yep, I missed that one. The wind, it is blowing. My children, listen to me. I have lived regretting the past, and I have faced those regrets. If only I could do things over again, not a day of my life has gone by without my thoughts turning to my kingdom of old. I have lived bound to Hyrule. In that sense, I was the same as Ganondorf. But you, I want you to live for the future. There may be nothing left for you, but despite that, you must look forward and walk a path of hope, trusting that it will sustain you when darkness comes. Farewell. This is the only world that your ancestors were able to leave you. Please, forgive us. Wait, you could come with us. Yes, of course, we have a ship. We can find it. We will find it. The land that will be the next Hyrule. So. Ah, but child, that land will not be Hyrule. It will be your land. I have scattered the seeds of the future. And with that, we have completed The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. Now, I forgot to mention that during that fight, you can actually take a picture of Ganondorf and Princess Zelda if you wanted to, but it's not actually necessary because you have opportunities to get their pictures later, which I'll show off in a bonus video. But first off, during these credits, I just want to mention this song right now. Like, when you first start up this game, I don't know, for me, the song kind of felt like, you know, it kind of gave you the sense of exploration and like a new adventure that was happening to like take place, and you were really excited for the things that were going to come. And then now at the end, they play it again during the credits, and I get like a sense of closure, like, you know, like it's all finished, everything's done with, you know, the bad guys are taken care of, and it kind of gives me another feeling of exploration and like, you know, looking towards the future. Like there's something new to explore, and there's new land to be found, and there's just new things to do. And I just think that's awesome. I think that's great how the song kind of has like multiple like feelings behind it, and I just love this song a lot. So I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit. But yeah, I want to say, like, man, I can't believe it's actually done with now. Yeah, this like I've said, this is my favorite Zelda game, and it's probably one of my favorite games of all time. I'd maybe say like one of my top 5 games. It's just so incredible, and you know, like not necessarily because of the story, but just because of how the characters were portrayed and like what their motives are and all of that. I thought it was I just thought it was awesome. I I just love this game so much, and I really wanted to Let's Play it because I wanted to do a Zelda game, but I also wanted to do something that kind of like challenged myself, you know, like I've done Splinter Cell before, and you know, those, like, the commentary for those, I mostly just said, like, oh, you know, like, so do this, and let's go through here, but, you know, I never really, like, I knew that I needed something to kind of, like, you know, teach myself, to kind of give myself experience, and I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity, because I wouldn't be able to do that, like, I'd have to really get creative with the commentary, and, you know, not just kind of go step by step of what to do, and, yeah, you know, I think I've done a lot better on this one, and so I'm really excited for what's coming next. And yeah, you know, I'd love to see like a sequel to this game, and I know there's 2 sequels on the DS. There's Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, but you know, I actually played Phantom Hourglass, and I gotta say, like, it was fun, except for the part where you had to go back to that one temple and do it over and over and over again. Other than that, like, the game was pretty good. I have to say I haven't played Spirit Tracks, but, you know, I'd love to see a console version that sees, like, the sequel to this, where you know, you play on, you know, the new land that Link and Tetra found, and as far as I can tell, like, this finishes up, like, the Ganondorf storyline, so, like, if they continued on, like, a sequel to this game, it wouldn't have Ganondorf, it would have, like, new villains, new lands, new enemies, new, you know, new stories and all that, and I think it's great, you know, it's like, I love Ganondorf, but I also love seeing new villains, and so I'd love to be able to see that. But yeah, you know, I mean, there's really not much to talk about other than just how awesome this music is, and how you just get to listen to it for so long now, and you see all the characters floating off in the background, and yeah, you know, I mean, it just kind of gives you just kind of makes you think of, like, what's going to come next, and, you know, where these characters are headed, and you know, that's just what I love. You know, like, most of the games that I really love usually have a great soundtrack, and this game is no exception. I love it so much. There's so many great songs like this one, and Dragon Roost Island, and you know, the Great Sea, and the, you know, the Sage's songs and all that. I mean, just everything is great, and yeah, I just love it. I think it has one of the best, probably the best soundtrack in any Zelda game. Of course, I do love A Link Between Worlds, and I think that had a great soundtrack as well. But this one, it's really good. It's really good. I liked it a lot. And I think I covered about everything that I wanted to talk about, so I don't really have anything else to say, which is good, because it looks like we're about at the end of the credits here. And so we're seeing some of the final characters, like Ganondorf, Zelda, the King, and then Link and Zelda together. And finally, Link and Tetra. It's just adorable. Anchors away. Hold the tiller steady. As for our destination, the wind will guide us. The end. And so, that brings us to an end to The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. I had a great time playing this game. I'm really glad I did a Let's Play of it. And, you know, I just can't wait to see where I go from here. Do I want to save? Yeah, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I think I said most of everything that I wanted to say during the credits, and I hope everyone had as much fun watching this as I did making the videos for it, and I will see you next Let's Play.